guys, this is Carrie from Tone Wars. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We're really excited to hang out with you and to have you be part of our community. If you like what you see here, here's a couple ways you can support the channel. We always appreciate super chats very much, but here's a couple other ways you can support the channel and get something in return other than just content. If the super chat feature doesn't work for you, or if you're watching after the live stream, Jarrod's PayPal account link is listed below. Any donation of any amount is greatly appreciated. Since the show is sponsored in part by Motor City Guitar, we've included an affiliate link below. By clicking the link below, everybody wins. You're getting a great deal on some awesome equipment, you're supporting a store that has tons of inventory and great customer service, and you're supporting Tone Wars. And on top of all of that, if you live outside of the state of Michigan, whenever you buy anything from Motor City Guitar, you don't pay any sales tax. And last but certainly not least, you can visit our website at tonewars.com. The link is below. There you will find some awesome KEMPER profile packs with the tone and feel guitar players love. You will also find presets for the very popular HELIX, HX Effects, HX Stomp, and Pod Go. Alright, the show's about to begin. We look forward to hanging out with you, so grab your favorite drink and join us in the live chat.
Welcome to Tone Wars. And we're live.
Hey everybody, happy Sunday night.
What's going on? Horns for everyone. Horns all around.
Right.
Woo!
I'm Carrie, this is Jarrod.
What's happening, guys?
And you're watching Tone Wars.
That's right, man. You're watching Tone Wars. You're going to watch me smoke a drink.
That's right. We have a couple super chats already. Thank you so much, guys.
Dudes.
The first one is from Dean Harkness, which was formerly Gray Thrasher, who I sang Happy Birthday to.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dean. And then Jason Taylor, nice new promo, Carrie, or is this just the first time I've seen it? No, it's brand new.
It's a brand new one. Thank you.
We just recorded it this week. Yep. Thursday, right?
Yeah, thank you very much for the super chat as well. Thank you. Yeah, we filmed it. When did we film it? Like 3 or 4 days ago? Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We thought it was time for something new.
Yeah. Plus, did anybody notice anything different about a certain somebody in the promo?
We'll see.
Yeah.
Ooh, Chicago Todd says he's wearing his Tone Wars t-shirt.
Oh,
nice.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
You're the best, man. Thank you so much. And it's good to see Todd here. Usually he was unable to attend these for a while because they were having practice. So
yeah, they were talking about that earlier. And let's see, him and Dean and Jason, let's see, I don't want to get it wrong, but they were saying that this is what they do on Wednesdays and Sundays now.
Wow, guys.
And because of lockdown and they weren't able to go to rehearsal, so now they have something to... That's awesome. Thank you for letting us know.
Yeah, we're so glad that we could be part of you guys' lives and like give you guys something to do, and you know, it gives us something to do and it gives us more meaning to do it with,
something
you know.
To look forward to. Absolutely.
Yeah, we love it. Thank you.
I talked all the way over top of you smoking your drink.
That's all right. They can see it. I'm just trying to figure out where to put this thing.
Right.
Put it back here. Good. There we go.
Ooh, I love the smell.
Oh, I know. It's the best. I'll smoke my house.
I did that. Remember I told you I did the dried lavender? And I carried that around the...
Yeah. My whole house smells like a campground some days, and I'm like, oh, this is the best. I
love it when my hair smells like campfire. That's the best.
We can hook you up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can hook you up.
All right, let's say hello. When you get a second, I need my water. My water table back.
There we go. All right, it's smoked, and poof.
Can you see it?
I think they can see it. I don't know, but
it's just cool when
it is. It's super cool.
The smoke flies out of it. Yeah. You know, if you get the glasses, I'm gonna get you some of the glasses. They're bigger on the bottom and skinnier on top.
Yeah.
The smoke stays in.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
It stays and kind of hovers around the top, and when you drink it, it's like your nose.
You know what it reminds me of is a little bit is when you remember the Munsters? Yes. And they had the drinks with the smoke pouring out of them all the time. It's kind of reminds me of.
It's like a Halloween thing, right?
I'm totally aging myself here by saying that, but
Sorry about the mic, guys.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, I'm going to bring my water up and try to open it.
Oh, let me fix something on the board
nice.
here. Sorry, guys.
Sorry. And then I'm going to go say hello. All right, so in the beginning, we got Jason and Dean Harkness and the Chicago Todd. So hello, guys. And then we have Daryl McMillan.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hi there.
Cheers, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers to your water.
Cheers to my water. I'm watering tonight.
She's watering.
We got some tummy issues going on, so I thought I'd not exacerbate it.
Yeah. Definitely don't want to do that.
No. Marty5 says, not a Viking, just an 8-string slinging it nerd hello from the Netherlands. You're not a Viking? Come on.
Oh, you're a Viking and you know it, so clap your hands. What's going on, buddy? Great to see you here.
Aaron Lucas, how are you?
What's up, Aaron?
Aaron and his band just released a new song this morning. It was either yesterday or today, anyway.
I've been kind of busy down here doing profiles and stuff, so I apologize for missing that. Congrats, man.
Yeah.
I'll have to give it a listen later.
He was making fun of himself, saying that something about this is his presentation of the only 2.5 notes that he knows how to play. But he did a really good job with those 2.5 notes, I must say.
Best 2.5 notes I've heard in a while.
Yeah. Let's see. Mike Jacobs already said hello. Berserkerland Studios, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Yes.
Good to see you here.
Ooh, Chicago Todd noticed. Looks like a hair color change for Carrie as well.
Yes. Yep, she got her hair did.
I did.
It looks good under camera, too.
Thank you.
If you look at the monitor.
Super vibrant.
Yeah, in the room, it just, it looks great in real life, too, but for some reason on camera, it looks even better,
It does.
It's just
the camera,
richer.
the lights or something make it pop.
Yeah, it looks really good. I might do it if I can look that good on camera.
Nice. Who wants Jarrod to dye his hair red?
Oh, no. Nope.
Somebody noticed my shoes, too. I gotta scroll back up. Was it Chicago Todd? Said, nice parachute. Where is it at?
Oh, yeah.
It was Mike Jacobs. Awesome shoes. Thank you.
That's the way to a woman's heart right there.
You know it, right?
Yep. With her, I'll give you a couple of hints. Really good food, really good drinks, and shoes.
And?
Trying to think here.
Starts with the CH.
Oh, chocolate. That should have been first.
Starts with the CH.
Yeah, anytime you screw up, you just hand her a big pile of chocolate bars. You're like, here.
Or like when we do something good, he's like, I'm going to go buy you some chocolate.
Some chocolate. We did that. Yeah, after we shot that promo, that intro, I said, well, I think you earned yourself some chocolate.
We jumped in the car and went and got some chocolate.
Yep. She's like, all right.
Such a nerd.
Yep. Hey, it works, right?
Oh, thank you, Chicago Todd. He said hair looks fantastic. And Marty5 says, yeah, matching beard for Jarrod. There you go.
I could probably do that.
We were talking about it anyway, right?
Yeah, I needed color. It's getting kind of gray. Yeah, it's graying quicker than this is. So maybe I should.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe I can make that happen.
Let's see. Jason Taylor looks great, Carrie. I didn't notice at first because I'm just watching on my phone. Yeah, it's a smaller picture when it's on your phone.
Probably, yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, it's kind of subtle on the phone.
All right. Well, we said hello to everybody. It says there's 22 people
awesome.
in the background. So hello, all of you that aren't signed in but are watching us in the background.
Yeah, hello, everybody. So glad you're here. We worked, as I was making the thumbnail for tonight, I'm like, man, we got a lot to do tonight, don't we?
Yeah.
We got a lot to talk about and lots to do. So do you have the thumbnail? Do you have the...
I can just back out of here.
Yeah, so let's let you control the topics.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so we have viewer comments, and we had quite a few of them. When you released your little ones in the middle of the week, those are super popular.
Oh yeah,
ones.
I'm very much appreciative of all the comments and people watching them and stuff like that. It's been pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, people are getting something out of them. I have some more coming up for you guys, and what's cool about it is that I can just play and I don't have to talk.
Yeah.
Because
nobody wants to hear you talk.
Nobody wants to hear me talk, but I've probably said it 1,000 times on the show too. Like, and you discovered that too when we were shooting the promo. There is something different about talking to you guys right now,
Right.
knowing, like, in our mind, subconsciously and consciously, knowing that there's an audience here. But I'm not kidding you. Both of us turning to the biggest window lickers as soon as
window lickers.
as soon as it's just a
Get
camera.
a little callous, right?
Yeah, as soon as it's just the camera, there's no audience. Both of us are like,
It's
we
like
don't know
your
what to
brain
say.
shuts off.
Yeah.
It's so weird. He has to
Yep.
feed lines but
Yep.
yeah, live it's not a problem unless my hormone brain kicks in and I can't remember words or something.
No, it's hard, man. It really is. So, like, I love just doing the whole, like, well, here's this amp in a mix. Here's the gain structures on both at the same settings. Here's a couple other things, and I'm out.
Yeah, and I like it when you throw the words up.
Yeah.
So that people can see what's going on.
Exactly. That part's a pain in the butt, though.
Yeah.
It really is, because I gotta remember
you
how to
guys
spell.
Are so worth it. So worth it.
I gotta remember how to spell, and then I gotta type the words, which I'm a hunt and peck typer, so I suck at that. And then I gotta size them, color them, and put them in the right spots. And then I gotta remember to put the proper words in the proper spots. And it's almost as hard as talking.
You guys.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
know.
that means?
It's the smallest violin in the world.
All right, so we have another shootout coming up. It says next shootout.
Yes, next shootout. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Let's see, updated KSR pack.
Yes, yep, we have that.
I'm like,
Well,
we have that.
Okay,
Were you
we'll
gonna
just
comment?
present them, and then we'll
Okay.
go back and revisit them.
New Soldano SLO and EVH Stealth Pack demos too.
Yep.
And then all the Kemper packs. Oh, all of your Kemper packs are $10 off until midnight.
Yeah. So it was supposed to be till midnight yesterday, and I went to bed.
Didn't turn it off.
Well, we had a horrible thunderstorm last night. Woke me up around 4 a.m. And I woke up with the Kevin moment. You know what I mean? Where I was like, oh my god. I left the 10% on. I was like, or the $10 off each profile pack thing on. I was like, you know what? I'll just leave it, and I'll leave it up. And actually, several more profile packs sold today because of it. I was like, you know what? I'll just leave it up till midnight tonight. So if you guys want to save $10 on all of my profile packs and the updated KSR pack, I just updated that yesterday. I was down here for like 6 hours doing the updates for that.
Yeah.
So I did that. And I just launched the EVH Stealth Profile Pack, and in that pack is the Stealth 50 watt and the Stealth 100 watt. Because I had the 100 watt here for that shootout.
I remember.
Well, I profiled that bad boy while it was here anyway, so I went ahead and did that. So those are both in there, the 50 and the 100 watt. And I have the Soldano SLOs. And what's nice there too, Jeff Cornell. Hey, Jeff. It's Jeff's amp. And he let me profile it while I was here. So he had the Soldano 100. It's the 2020 version. And I had another friend of mine, Rob from Eva Under Fire, brought his Soldano 30 watt over. And we profiled that to his taste. So those are both in that pack too.
Sweet,
So yeah, a lot of great stuff for you guys to check out. And you save $10. So.
Yeah. Well, and there's another thing. It says some exciting news.
Yeah, some exciting news.
And I asked about it, and he wouldn't tell me what the exciting news is.
Yeah. Well, you're going to find out with everybody else.
Well, that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, that sucks. Whatever.
Yep. Deal with it.
All right.
Yeah. So we can go back and start with the beginning of the thumbnail stuff.
Well, 1 second.
Sure.
Music and Tech says, hi guys, I would love to ask your opinion about tube amps and modelers. I think you're not really convinced with modelers as a daily driver. You choose amp all the way. Is it? Thanks for this demo.
Okay, so
And Dean responded. He said, if you're like most of us, you'll end up with both. But I'll leave it to these guys on opinions.
No, he's right. Dean's absolutely right. The thing is, let me turn this fan back off here. So the thing is, I think, and I got to do an episode about this because it's something that's been kind of on my mind.
Well, for a while ago, you were all about the HELIX and the KEMPER, and you did not want to lug around the
amps and
amps
stuff.
And
So, well, all right. Well, so one of the things I want to do, I know I got so many things trying to fight for that bottlenecking in my mouth here. the one thing I want to do, just smack me on the back. So one thing I want to do is talk about, expectations with gear and using it for what it's intended. A lot of times people are using gear beyond what it's intended for, and then they're disappointed in it. And it's almost like, well, I bought the station wagon and I took it to the racetrack and it doesn't do 10s in the quarter mile. It's like, well, it wasn't made for that.
Yeah.
It was made for taking the kids to soccer practice, to school, going to work, coming home, getting groceries, You want something that'll do that. Well, you need this. Yeah, but it's horrible on gas. Yeah. Pick, so just like Dean said, you'll end up with both. If you want to go to the racetrack, you're going to take the hot rod. You want to take the kids to soccer practice? I would take the hot rod, but, other people probably
wouldn't. Do you want
wouldn't.
your kids in the hot rod?
Yeah. No,
right?
but
it's going to smell like hot dogs and french fries, man.
or they're going to show up smelling like gasoline,
yeah.
gas fumes.
Yeah.
I used to have one. I know. Everywhere you go, you smell like gas
working in a
fumes.
garage?
Yeah. I drive in one. So basically, you're going to end up with both. Now, here's the thing. I think that you should have both. You should have one for, like whatever your travel needs are. Like if you have a local gig, like let's say you're playing even 30 minutes away, and it's just a kind of a local gig. You don't think there's going to be a lot of people there. You're still looking forward to it, and you want to present your best and all that. But you're like, God, I just don't want to drag this amp and this cab and all this stuff, and like. At the last minute, you're late from, you're coming home from work, because we all work, come home Friday night, and you got to hurry up and get to the gig. You grab your Kemper.
Your singer's breathing down your neck because you're late.
Exactly. So you grab your Kemper, you grab your Helix, you grab your HX Stomp or your Pod Go or whatever, and you just go, you know what, tonight I'm going to use this, and I'm going to be satisfied with it, because the trade-off is I'm not sweating and I'm not huffing gear, and it's still going to sound really good. But when you get home and the next day you want to practice again or jam, I mean, you're going to flip your amp back on and be like, all right, back to reality. So use it for what it's intended to use for, and it's intended to be for a convenience type thing. And I honestly, Dean said it best, just buy both. Seriously.
Music and Tech came back and he said, I love my Helix, and Kemper is also an amazing one. So, yep. Yeah. He's not all amps. Used to be all digital, and he's going back. He's coming full circle.
Yeah, but I'm using it all now,
Yes.
because tonight I'll be using my Kemper. You can only see part of it on the floor, but yeah, so I'm using this tonight. And it's great for, I think it's one of the best writing tools, because the loop on it's great. Anytime I get stuck on a chord, I can loop the chord, or I can hit a chord. And I can hit freeze on the reverb, and it creates a pad. Yeah. And I can play over it for hours and just find my way around it, and it's great. So, it's a great writing tool. Amps don't have loopers, so use it for what it's intended for.
Jason Taylor says, if I found a soccer mom that rocks a super crack, and I may just have to settle down with her.
Oh yeah, dude. No, you're right, dude. We were talking about that the other day. Chicks that do really cool guy things, like, there's just something about it, man. A chick that pulls in a hot rod and gets out and shuts the door, and all the guys, they look at the car and her, and they're just like, you've got to be kidding me. Did you just land here from heaven? Like, it's chicks that play guitar, chicks that enjoy a good beer. You know what I mean? A chick that when you sit down with her and she's just like, I'll have a beer, and you're just like, oh, God. Will you marry me?
Does whiskey count?
Yeah, whiskey counts.
Because some of us are gluten intolerant.
Yeah. I know. You're an exception to that, but you know what I'm saying. So,
yes.
But a chick that can rock a Super Kraken, dude. Yeah. Jason, if you find that girl, just get her.
David Wells is tuning in from Scotland. Hey, man.
Oh, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here.
Sean Hockey. Hey, bro.
Hey.
Bought the small fret wrap under you guided opinion, and I love it. Patrick from Sweetwater rocks. Thanks again, and Tone Wars rules.
Thanks, buddy. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, these things are great, man. They're great for studio recording, because I'm not the best sweeper, so when I'm recording in the studio, what I like to do is, the problem I have with sweeping is I'm not good at muting the strings with the meat of my hand like, Jason Richardson and guys like that are. It's just not something I'm good at. I got to work on it. But this, when I'm in the studio, if I'm not feeling confident that day, this mutes them for me so I can... The gate on the mic's not picking it up.
Yeah.
So, it just really helps do that for me. So... And honestly, most even really high-end guitar players will use these in the studio because it just makes it. And when you're doing the tapping arpeggios, gotta have one of these. So
Music in Tech says, but what do you miss the most? Because finally, I think you end up using one more than the other. I think you're a Kemper user. It's great. Kemper's amazing.
Oh yeah, so I use my Helix and HX Effects, HX Stomp, Pod Go. I use those kinds of products with my amps. I think because they're made to work with your amps, not to replace them. They do have amp sims in them, and they do sound good. But I think the best part of those products is actually the fact that they're the hub for your rig. They control it, they switch it, and they add all these effects and routing and all that kind of stuff, and it's great. But if I want to go direct to front of house or direct to a studio board, I have amps, and I know how to profile them really well, and I've gotten really good at it, and I'm not trying to brag. I feel like I've kind of gotten better at it anyways. Good enough for me to be happy with them. So, like, if I'm going to go direct, I'm going to use one of my profiles out of my Kemper because I'm real confident that those are going to sound and feel great. I just feel that Kemper has the feel that we're looking for. It's got that reactive, bouncy, pick digging into the strings, chewy, reactive feel. Where any modeler just can't really compare to that yet. Maybe the next, version of modelers will do that, But until then, I just think Kemper has it regarding that part, but not... I would never use my Kemper like I use the Helix, though. The Helix smashes the Kemper to pieces when it comes to being a hub for your rig. Sure. So it just depends. Again, it goes back to, like I said earlier, application,
Yes. All right, I think I cut you off. You were going to get on something, and then we...
Oh, I think he was asking, too, what I preferred.
Yeah,
I'll always prefer an amp. Always. I will always prefer an amp because
You said, what do you miss the most?
Yeah, I would always miss an amp more than anything else. If I'm writing, though, I typically will write on a digital platform because, like, a lot of times I'll write my solos, and I'll take the Kemper, and I'll take a clean... patch or clean profile, and I'll play the chords that I'm going to play the solo over, and I'll just play them to a click, and then I'll loop it, and then I'll just sit there for hours and just go over things. And then when I get caught on a transition between two chords or a chord itself, I'll literally re-record a loop with just those chords or that chord and just play until I figure out what I want to do there. Then I'll go back to the 4 or 5 chords I was doing the whole solo over. So it just becomes a very handy tool, and it's inspiring to write with,
I have a rookie question. Well, before I ask you my rookie question, Dean Harkness says, so is it Marty 5 or Marty V? We need to know, man. It is Marty V. It is.
V is for Viking, though.
Right, the V is for Viking. No, but I read it the first time as the Roman numeral 5, and so I'm like, I have dubbed you Marty 5. Yes, but it's V. It stands for... He said what it stood for.
Can't remember.
I want to say something cool like Valkyrie, but it's not.
It's Marty Valkyrie.
It's Marty Valkyrie. The Viking from the Netherlands.
Crush the enemies, see them driven before you.
Yes. So my rookie question is, because you mentioned when you write, you use your digital platforms and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I remember us having conversations about when you buy an amp, you just should warm it up first. Like you should put it up in a room, turn it on, is that a cab?
No, that's an amp.
That's an amp.
Yeah, you want to turn it on, and it's always best to kind of warm up the tubes and get them going, kind of like a car.
So my question then, after those two comments, is, can you wear out your amp by using it too much?
The only thing you'll probably wear out are the tubes.
The tubes.
But the best way to wear out tubes is to blast your amp.
Mm-hmm.
When you drive the tubes hard and you really put a lot of volume through them, they don't last as long.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But
So can you buy new tubes?
Oh yeah, you just get new tubes, throw them in there, and you're back in business.
Okay.
Just
I
like
didn't
brake
know
pads.
if it was because you did that so to like save your
Oh,
amps. Or
no, that's a very good question. Actually, it's a very good question. So like, you know the volumes I play at, not very loud.
Yeah,
I play
TV
at just
volume.
about TV or a little above. I'm not Mr. blow my roof off my house guy. You know, I just now are there times that I do it? Oh yeah,
He experiments. With
I'll play around. Yeah, but sometimes I'll close all the windows and I'll crank it just a little bit and I'll go out on the deck with my wireless and go, how loud is this? Am I going to piss my neighbors off? Because I want to be polite, you know, if I'm at 11 o'clock at night. And a lot of times I can hear it out there, but it's not like annoying. And I figure, well, you know, 100 feet away is the next
house. It's not annoying to
you. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. If they complain, I'll be like, well, I like it. But yeah, I mean, so I don't play my amps really loud, so my tubes will probably last 10 years, you know, so.
All right. Let's see. You mofo. Wait a second. They're talking about Marty Five's name. Okay, let's see. This is from Marty Five. I had a beautiful rock woman once for a while. Not easy to lose to the Who's the Better player game.
Uh-oh.
And then he says, and it's Voss. The V stands for Voss. Translated, it means fox in English.
Oh.
Or zero in Spanish. So you can either be a fox or a zero.
Or the owner of Voss Water.
Voss Water, that's what I was going to say.
That's what we're going to say. He's a billionaire, and he owns Voss Water. We're going to call you Voss from now on.
But I like five.
But Voss the billionaire? I mean, I think Marty would even prefer Voss the billionaire.
Dean Harkness says, I would really love to hear the Arnold, the guitar teacher, check your intonation, change your strings, etc. Arnold the guitar, he sent you a super chat.
Oh no.
That means you got to do it.
That means I got to do it. So what does it say again?
Okay, Arnold as the guitar teacher, check your intonation and change your strings.
Oh, change your strings often and all that kind of stuff. Okay. All right, let me take a drink real quick here. I gotta process this. All right, Arnold the guitar teacher.
Arnold the guitar teacher.
Okay, everybody. Now you have your guitar and you're shredding and you're so good and you're fast and you're doing the finger steroid treatment and your fingers are huge like sausages and you can play so fast. But the number one thing you have to do, you have to change your strings. Do the intonations because your fingers are so huge and they're so strong. You're bending your intonation out. You can't have that, so you must do the intonations. You must get the intonation thing here, and you put it in. You get a crowbar, and you pull on it very hard. It's down for low action, up for high action. That's how you do it. And then you change your strings very often because you're bending them so hard when you're so huge and your biceps are huge. So whatever you do, get to the chopper, get the intonation tools and get some strings and come home and change it very good now. Thank you for watching Arnold on guitar. Yeah.
I don't know how you just pull this stuff out of your butt, man.
I don't either, man. It's just one of these days somebody's gonna stump me. Was it Jay asked me to have his son clean his room a couple weeks ago?
That's funny. Christopher made it. He says, "Woo, I made it." His workout ran long today.
Train the girly arms.
It's great to see you in the chat.
What's going on, man?
You Mofo says the XFX 3 just released a model of the Precision Drive. Who wants to lend Jarrod their XFX for a direct comparison?
I'll do it. I'll absolutely do that. That wouldn't be a problem at all. I kind of like the XFX. I thought it was pretty cool. You know, I think it would be interesting to revisit that and to really spend some time with it and dial in some stuff and see how close I can get it to my liking. You know, but that would be interesting.
Jason Taylor wants to know what brand of strings and gauge you use.
Okay, so great. Thanks for the question, Jason. I use the Paradigms by Ernie Ball, and I also use 10s on. So this is tuned a half step down, the 7-string, and then this guitar here is a 6 or is also a 7-string, but it's tuned standard B, and that's also has 10s on it. But on my other two guitars, I use like 11s, I believe, because they're dropped a whole step down. So that's kind of what I use. And the Paradigms so far have been great. They feel really good when you play them. And I know that sounds funny. People are like, just strings. But I actually ran out of Paradigms once, and I switched back to Cobalts because I just had an extra pack laying around. I took them right back off again. I'd rather not even play at all because I got so used to how buttery the Paradigms felt on my fingers. I'm like, I got to get some more. So I actually had to go on Amazon because nobody had them locally at the time, and I had to order like 10 packs. Here's the other thing about Paradigms. If you snap a string, pull them all off, and put them in the new package that you're replacing them with, and send them to Ernie Ball, and they'll send you a new pair for free. So do I do that every time? No, but I have 3 packs upstairs that I'm going to send them. They're going to hate me. But yeah, that's a warranty that they have.
Nice. Let's see. The Chicago Todd. Finger steroid treatment. Damn. Jarrod's secret is out. I need to go to one of those black market sites and place an order. Then I too can play like Jarrod.
Yeah, you can sound as crappy as me. Just go in a dark alley somewhere and say, "Hey, I want to sound as crappy as Jarrod." And they'll be like, "Oh, I know what you need." And they'll slap your hand with a hammer.
Music and Tech says, I would love to see it. Oops, it scrolled on me. I would love to see a tone match with the Helix from some of your favorite amps. At least 1 or 2. I would love to see here on Tone Wars.
You know, that might be... let's see, what do I have here that's in... no, the Mark is in there. The Archon's in there, which is... Yeah, the MT-15 is loosely based on that. I'll have to see what's in there. One thing I will say, and this is something that's been going through my mind too, like I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube. I watch videos too, just like you guys do, and there's guys that will dial in something on a digital platform, whether it doesn't matter what brand it is. And in the recordings, it's always very convincing. You know, I've seen Ola do it, I've seen all kinds of people do it, and it's very convincing, but here's the thing that's not involved. These. Yeah.
Steroid fingers.
The steroid fingers are not even involved. How dare you? Put my face on the cover, but I'm not even in the movie. Yeah, so I mean, basically what's happening though is how does it feel? Because we literally we listen with our hands. And if something, it's true, like it really is. Like if something feels terrible, our ears are immediately going to go, this sounds like crap. Even if we heard it in a YouTube video and was like, that sounds incredible, but as soon as you...
Doesn't feel good.
Yeah, how many times have we
it's
all...
like shoes.
Yeah, they look good.
They can look beautiful, but if they don't feel good...
Yeah, but there you go. That's actually a perfect analogy. So, like, but that happens with us all the time. Like, we'll watch a YouTube video, or like how many times, and it's happened to me a billion times. Like you hear your buddy's rig.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I can't wait to plug into that.
Yeah.
You bring your guitar, you plug into it, and you're like, this is gonna sound amazing, and then wah wah. You're like, oh, it's because your hands don't like it. You know, so I probably could get some pretty convincing tones, but I would be honest with you, and this is something that nobody has said in any of those videos. They're like, yeah, see, it all sounds the same. I got it sound. It's like, yeah, but how does it feel, bro? I'll tell you that. You know, I'll tell you how it feels. Mm-hmm. So that would be the difference.
We got a super chat from Gunnerman.
Hey,
Thank
Gunnerman.
you very much.
What's up, man?
He says, any info on any new Synergy module releases?
Yes, there is some info.
Nice.
And they posted a picture Synergy did in the group a couple days ago. They said, wow, we got a lot of great modules, and there's all their modules, and then there's a Mark V sitting there.
Ooh.
The full-blown Mark V amp, but not the module. And it was a hint. It was a total hint that they're going to have a Mark V or a Mark IV module coming out soon. And it's funny because, were you with me when we went to Motor City Guitar that night, and they had Randall Smith did a little spiel?
No, I missed that one.
You missed that one?
Yep.
Well, I met Randall Smith, who everybody knows is, you know, he's pretty much Mesa Boogie. He makes all the amps and everything, and he's the brains behind it all.
I figured I'd let you go nerd out that night.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so he's the visionary of Mesa Boogie, and I asked him that night. I said, "Are you have you ever thought about making a module for Synergy? Because I mean, they're in the same state as you. They're probably right down the freaking street, you know. And make some of your Mark stuff or even your dual rec stuff for them. And he was like, well, I don't know, why would we do that? Because they're our competition. I'm like, well, there's plenty of other people that are their competition, but they have modules through them. I said that would be a great way to get your name out there, and it's affordable. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, I said there's a lot of times I bought the whole amp because I loved the module so much. I wanted to see what the full amp was like. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if, I don't know, I think he changed his mind because that night he was very adamant, like never. No. And now there's that picture, and I'm like, somebody changed their mind.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, yep. Aaron Short Music, I feel like this is an inside joke. He says, do you know any Boston? Do you know any Boston?
Yeah. Well, he went live the other day, and I super chatted him. And I super chatted him with a request of him to play some Boston. And he's like, the only Boston I know is Chad Boston. So, to his credit, he didn't know any Boston. But, yeah. But, yeah, I want my money back.
That's funny.
You owe me a refund.
Let's see. Mule Blue says, loved the Kemper DI profile video the other day.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, that was something that's been on my mind for about 3 months now. And yesterday I was actually profiling my KSR, mm-hmm. and I was updating the pack, and I was like, this is the perfect time to do it because I was updating it with, you know, this guy here. I was using it for directs, and I'm like, you know what? Everything's set. All I have to do is just shoot a profile of it, studio, and with the DI, with the same exact settings, and then show everybody the difference. And the reason why I did that was because a lot of people in the groups are like, asking, like, you know, do you guys use, you know, studio profiles as DIs? And a lot of guys are like, oh yeah, you just turn the cab sim off. And I'm like, I don't think that's going to sound good because in theory, it just doesn't seem like it works. It would work because the Kemper, when it's profiling a studio profile, it's profiling everything that's in the chain, including the speaker cabinet, mics, and everything else, and the amp. When you take one of those ingredients out, it kind of like, it just takes some of the equation out too, and it makes it sound crappy. And I was right, and I proved it in the video. So I was hoping that would help people to not do that because it really did sound kind of crappy, you know. Crappy. Yeah. So.
My aunt liked my shoe comparison.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she said awesome comparison with the shoes.
It is though, like, right? You see, because you do it all the time. You'll look online, you're like, oh, these shoes are awesome. So cute. Yeah, and then you put them on, and you're like, bunions.
I don't have bunions. You're knocking up right now.
I'm just saying, like, they would give you bunions.
They would give. Okay, we'll go into it. He's still not that old.
Yeah. These hurt my corns.
You're awful.
Oh, whatever. Kill me later.
And then my friend Jen Persinger's in here. She says, who's that gorgeous gal with the fiery new hair?
Hey, Jen.
Hey there. Right? I washed it today. It was the first time I washed it since I had it done. I was nervous that it would all go right down the drain and I'd have pink hair instead.
Wouldn't that suck?
Yes.
She wouldn't be here if that happened. She'd call in sick. Sorry.
I can have explosive diarrhea and show up. But if I had pink hair, nope.
Who would have thought you? What was that again? I could have explosive diarrhea and I'd show up. I never thought I'd ever hear you utter those words.
Surprise.
There you go, Jason. If you ever have a chick that either can rock a Kraken or have explosive diarrhea
and still show up to work,
chase her down, man. That's your gal.
Oh, man.
Part of the questionnaire. If you
Paul Smith is here. You made it just in time,
Hey,
man.
What's up, Paul? Sorry we weren't able to hang out last night. I was literally, like, freaking doing profiles, updating, and everything till late. It was a pretty late night. So.
And then Jeff Cornell. Hey there.
Hey, Jeff. Speak of the devil. Yeah, we were just talking about, I profiled his Soldano SLO 100. Those profiles came out good, and I'll be playing them tonight.
Mike Jacob says that's a great band name. Explosive Diarrhea. I've heard some bands that sound like Explosive Diarrhea.
Yeah, we've actually played with a couple of them. We're like, oh boy, this is going to be fun. You guys want to hose off the stage before we come out there? Yeah, I'll never forget that one band. I'm not going to say names, but remember as soon as they started playing, the guitar player faced the drummer the whole time. Remember that?
I'm sorry, I was reading comments.
No, remember the time when we played, I think it was the Ritz or something like that. There was this band that played right before us, and the guitar player turned around and faced the drummer the whole time.
His butt was out to the audience.
Yeah.
He stared at the drummer the whole time.
So as soon as he started playing, it was like this.
Was he the one? Didn't he have a dog collar on?
Yeah. We were like, where's Rod Sterling? You know?
Oh, man. Jason says he's sure the band name's already taken.
Oh, it probably is. Yeah, there's probably people fighting over it right now.
Matt Nolan says, haha, I got you cranking over the kitchen Bluetooth. Punch it.
Good family fun here at Tone Wars.
I'm so sorry. In the kitchen.
So much for the appetites, right? Everyone's like, well, I was hungry. Till old Firehead over there had to talk about it.
So, Jen, how's your belly feeling? How's the belly today?
Yeah.
All right, were you going to play something?
Yeah. So, all right. Let's start with...
let me turn down.
Now that Jeff's here, let me start in honor of Jeff.
In honor of Jeff.
With the Soldano SLO 100 profiles. I got two here. One I set up for crunch, one I set up for lead. And the crunch one has a morph on it that'll add a little bit of that modulated delay that I love so much. And the lead one obviously has ridiculous delay on it. It sounds killer. I'll play it. I'm just going to play it by itself so you can hear it. And then I'll do a mix with it real quick. I'll do that with all three of these tonight, hopefully. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, not too shabby, huh?
I love that song. I love hearing it. It's a blast from the past, for
It
sure.
is a blast from the past, yeah. Yep, it's pretty fun to play, too.
Yes.
Man. Yeah, especially when you're not warmed up. Man, my
Somebody
wrist
just
is-
said, who was it? Oh, Dean Harkness. Do I hear Flight of the Bumblebee?
Oh, a little bit,
I
yeah.
always, when you get to that part, I want to be like, yeah.
Yep, it's a little bit like that, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Jen likes your purple guitar.
Oh, thank you.
She
Yeah.
said it's amazeballs.
Ah, thank you. It is a great guitar. These
And it's gorgeous.
These guitars. Let me bring it up to the camera.
Yes.
Yeah. Look at this thing, man. I mean, that is. Dude, John Petrucci rules.
That's the
Ernie Ball.
best color purple, too. It's like the grape
Yeah.
purple.
Yep. It's neck through,
Mm-hmm.
so it's all one piece. You know, it's just a freaking beautiful guitar. Love this guitar so much.
That's Music Man.
Yep, Music Man, Ernie Ball, Majesty Monarchy series. Boy, say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, no thanks. Let's see. I want to read this, Dean. I know you said you won't be disappointed if I don't read it, but I do, because Jarrod needs to hear it. He said, "Hey guys, I won't be disappointed if you don't read this, but I do hope you see it. I've never really watched live streams because I usually find them boring. But y'all and everyone else here make it fun."
Oh, well, thanks, man.
I agree with you. I typically don't watch a lot of live streams. Because I'm busy and I'm moving around and I can't always be involved in the chat, and it takes something for me to sit down and interact. And
yeah, we try to. Well, seriously, thank you so much, and we try to put enough content in here so that, like, when we sit down, when she gets here at 2, we usually have lunch, and we're like, okay, so let's plan. Like, we got to have some this and some of that, and we try to sprinkle in enough stuff so that you guys don't get bored, And honestly, a lot of it's just we just sit down and talk. I mean, that's just kind of like what we do. So, so thank you very much.
Yeah,
we really
it's a
appreciate
great compliment, and I told him. I told him to go tell all of his friends.
Got me in the feels, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Really appreciate that.
Right.
As I burp when I talk.
Chicago Todd says it sounds killer.
Oh, thanks, man. Well, Jeff, I gotta say, your amp profiled like a champ. It sounds great, So
Jason Taylor says, "Can you explain the difference between adding your delay or other effects on the Kemper using morphing as opposed to simply enabling and disabling them in a performance?"
Great question. Seriously, great question. All right, so morph will basically, I don't know if you guys are familiar with like film editing or whatever. It's like a crossfade when you take 2 pieces of film and you kind of overlap them so that they kind of fade into each other. Every movie you've ever watched has about 3,000 of those in it. You just don't realize it because it's so smooth. So morphing is kind of the same thing. So you have 2 lights on the switch that's associated with the preset that you're on the Kemper, a bottom light and a top light. The bottom light is the main settings that you have. The top light is the morphed version of those settings. Everything's the same except for what you've changed in the effects or the gain or the volume or whatever. So you can speed up or slow down how fast or how slow those changes happen. So instead of just turning delay on, you can actually hit the switch and it'll gradually turn the delay on. And then when you come back out of that, when you hit it again and go back down, it'll gradually pull the delay down to either dry or whatever the settings there are, So that's with delay, that's with whatever. And what I like about it is the possibilities are endless. So a lot of times you can have delay on like a lead patch, but then you can morph that delay into something that has like a modulation on it or chorus on it. Or so you can have a straight delay or a chorused delay, which I also do quite often. So it's just really good. Instead of just turning your effects on, which you can do, but with morph, everything just kind of changes. Smooth
transitions.
It's a very glorious kind of thing. It's really nice. I love it.
Live Ready Sound is with us.
Oh, what's going on, Tim?
Stop teasing me with all this electricity. He's the one that you were telling me about earlier, Idaho?
Yeah,
Idaho.
I think it's Idaho. Yeah, so like I was showing her your videos, Tim.
Yes.
Yeah, they had an inland hurricane, which I don't know.
What is it called, Tim?
Yeah.
I've never heard. I was like, do you mean a water spout? And he's like, no, it's an inland hurricane.
Yeah.
I know. We're going to get to all those in
Yeah,
2
yeah,
seconds.
so-
I just wanted to make sure.
No, I was gonna look at the message he sent me.
Oh.
He'll tell us what it is.
Yeah,
but-
put it in here. What's it called?
So if you guys, while Tim's here, let me plug Tim. And this isn't planned or nothing. It's just honest. Tim's been great to me over the years. And he's a great guy. He really is. And he's another. I definitely call Tim a friend. He's a great guy. And if you're looking for profiles, I'm sure he's got something there that is of your, the flavor that you like, and he makes awesome profiles. He's got way more amps than I do. He's got a stockpile. You think my amp wall looks amazing? You should see Tim's. It's like
I don't know. Does he have red and purple lights behind it?
No, so we got him beat there. You got to get some lights, Tim. But he's got a great collection of amps.
He needs some electricity first.
Yeah. Well,
Tim, I'm so sorry, man. Too.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't last super long that you're without electricity.
Yeah, the whole
and
place has been like
I hope
demolished.
you've got water, and if you need things, just let Jarrod know.
Yeah, I mean anything I can do to help.
Yeah.
So I'll try to help Tim out right now, and I say this with the greatest amount of respect. I'm not trying to be condescending at all. But go to Live Ready Sound and help Tim and help yourself. Like get a couple profile packs from him, which will help him and it helps you too. You both win. You get a great profile pack, and you're helping a guy who's literally living without electricity right now for a week. And he showed me pictures of the whole city that he lives in. There's a tree on every power line and all the power lines are down. It looks like a freaking war zone there. It's crazy. So,
As he put it in there, he says, Live Ready Sound. Tim, I'm looking for the name of what that was. He commented, but not on the name of what it was called.
Oh.
The inland hurricane thing.
Yeah, he called it something in the messages he sent me.
Well,
I can't remember.
we have several super chats. I feel anxious that we haven't said thank you.
Well, all right, let's get to those. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Let me scroll back up. Scott Fulmer, thank you very much. He says, thank you again for all your dedication and knowledge. He said he's having wings and beer tonight. Is that okay instead of bourbon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, man, I love a good beer. What kind of beer are you having? And thank you so much for the super chat. Very much. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
I love a good beer. In fact, we're entering pretty soon my favorite time of year for beer, which is stout time.
Yes.
I love stouts.
And the Thanksgiving beer.
Oh, God.
The sweet potato.
Yeah.
What was it? A sweet potato. Nuts. I stumped him.
Nutmeg?
No, I was trying to think of the name of the beer. Is it a sweet potato stout or a porter?
It's a sweet
Was it a
potato
stout?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh my God, that's like the best
Yes.
beer I've ever had in my life. So yeah, enjoy your beer, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And I'm enjoying water tonight.
Yeah, she's wimping out.
I whipped out. We're having some tummy issues. We're just gonna be on the safe side.
Yeah,
when
that's
you really
fine.
have a show. Brent Nelson, thank you for the super chat.
Dude,
as well.
thank you so much.
And Christopher, he says, never bored with good tones and great company.
Oh, thanks, man.
Thank you.
And likewise, you guys are all great company for us, and we really appreciate that immensely. Thank you.
The Chicago Todd says, Sunday shows are the best.
Woo! And it's so good to see you here, Todd. It's usually you can't be here.
I know.
We said this earlier, but I'll say it again because I'm very much appreciative of you being able to be here, dude. It's nice to see you in the chat.
Ugh, and now I've missed so many of the other comments. Let's see. So we got that. Well, that was more notes than I've played all week from Daryl. Jen Persinger says, your guitar is a beaut.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see. Jason Taylor gave us a comment, or a compliment. He said, Jarrod has a great speaking presence and doesn't stutter or stammer, making him easy to listen to, and Carrie is right there with him, keeping pace. Together, they're awesome.
Oh, thanks, man. Really appreciate that. You should see me when you guys aren't here, and I'm just speaking to the camera, though.
Yes.
Guys, I'm not kidding you. I turn into a window licker.
A window licker. Yes.
Like, seriously. I'm so bad. You know what I should do? All right, next time, I probably shouldn't say this, but it's too late.
You're going to say it, and I'm going to hold you to it.
Next time I do a recorded video, I'm going to post my bloopers.
I love bloopers. You should post all of the bloopers.
I'll probably lose all our subscribers. They'll be like, this guy's an idiot.
You guys want to see it. You should post. Listen to me. I'm like, you should post my bloopers.
Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I will. You know? If I got to post mine, you're going down with me. Dude, they're bad. I'm an idiot when it comes to speaking to a camera.
And
but thank you.
Mule Blues and Dean, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. Let's see. Chicago Todd says, I'm really here for Carrie and the Arnold impressions. Jarrod's playing and gear reviews are just a bonus.
Thank you.
Right. He loves the community, though. He was saying, I love this community. Seeing the same cool chill peeps. Place to be. Yep.
That's awesome, man. Great to have you here.
Let's see. Christopher wants to know how you feel about orange amps. Oh. He says, I played the Rock Verb 50 MK3 this weekend, and wow, that thing is dirty thick. So many amps on the want list, so little bills in the wallet.
Yeah. No, I feel your pain, buddy. Remind me to do the surprise.
Yeah, and before, Scott's drinking an IPA.
She's not a big fan. No, you like an IPA. You like one. What was it? The watermelon?
No, it was a cotton candy.
Cotton candy, yeah. Cotton candy.
Our friend Jay, what's his normal name?
Warm Chord Music.
Warm Chord Music. Jay was like, I have one that you will actually like, and I did. It was tolerable.
Yeah.
But I can't drink it anyway because I'm gluten intolerant.
Exactly. So. Yeah. I'm still on the search for an IPA that I can like. And again, I say this with the greatest amount of respect. I totally get why people like them because there's a ton of flavor in them, and they're just it's like a carnival when you drink it. It's just like your taste buds are like, what's happening?
The carnival poured by a carny.
It's a crazy amount of flavor and stuff going on there, so I get why people like them. For some reason, I don't, maybe it's too much for my brain cells and taste buds to handle. I don't know, because I just, for some reason.
Definitely too much for your brain cells.
Yeah, probably. But I do understand why people like them. I really do. For me, I'm a stout guy.
Oh,
you know. Yeah. But I mean, I'm just glad. Honestly, I'm glad you found a beer that you enjoy, and that at the end of the day is everything. Really, it
and
is.
That you're drinking it while you're watching us.
Yeah. So God bless you, dude. Drink away, man. Have a good time.
Hey, and live ready sound. Tim says it's a derecho. Derecho. Oh, I'm probably saying it all wrong. Yeah. A line of intense, widespread, and fast-moving windstorms and sometimes thunderstorms that move across a great distance and is characterized by damaging winds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, you should see the damage. There's trees like split in half. Like
all of
in
the trees,
pictures.
not just one or two. All of the trees.
All of the trees are destroyed. That whole place is firewood. You know, it's nuts. So.
All right, what are you doing? Are we doing more comments or? Scott says cotton candy, boo.
Right? Yeah, he got even with you for giving him the thumbs down. You get even with her, man. Give her hell. It's all good, man.
Let's see, Dean Harkness. I don't want to speak for everyone else, but I'm an idiot for sure. I thought my katana sucked because my EMGs needed a new battery. Only been playing 28 years.
It's happened, man. You know what happened to me once? Here's what happened to me, because this has never happened ever in the whole time I've been playing guitar. I started playing one time, and I kept getting this weird clacking noise whenever I played a chord on my guitar. It was my red one. And I'm like, man, this sounds like crap. What's wrong with my amp? And I was playing, I think I was playing my KEMPER through a FRFR cab, and I'm like, there's something going on here. I turned it off, turned it back on, this and that. I could not get this clack to go away. It was awful. And a buddy of mine was here, and he was just like, let me see your guitar. And he looked at it, and the neck was backbowed. And the strings were just slapping against the fret so hard that it had that weird, you guys know what I'm talking about, that weird overtone. And that's what it was, but that's never happened to me before.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God. So I just, put the old, Allen wrench in there and adjusted the truss rod and brought my neck back to straight, and it went away. But I can relate, man, because I've had those moments too where you're like, where's my glasses? And they're on your head, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yes.
Look in the mirror.
Christopher says he's trying a new to me salted caramel porter tonight. Not too bad.
Ooh.
But whiskey's still better, he says.
Yeah, dude.
Sometimes I love salted caramel flavor.
Yeah.
Period. I've got a cupcake upstairs with my name on it. A salted
Yes,
caramel.
you do.
Yes, I do. Jen, she had one last night. She knows.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
let's see. Sometimes those specialty ones can just be a little too much. There's like nice for
Yeah.
a couple sips.
Or
and
they
then-
could be amazing. So
Yeah.
it just depends. Like that Thanksgiving, we call it the Thanksgiving beer
Yeah.
because it tastes like, dude, oh my God, is that like a good
We
beer?
bought it on a whim. We saw it at the liquor store. It was like, what, $8.99 for a regular all-size beer bottle?
She's
He's
like-
like, dude,
She's
no.
like, try this. And I'm like, for $9? I don't think so. And she's like, no, it looks good. And I'm like, all right.
It
So
said sweet potato and cinnamon, and I was
Yeah.
like, that's amazing. How could that be bad? It's
Dude,
a little weird, but
we took it home and I put it in the fridge. And actually, it's one of those beers you're better off just drinking at room temperature. It's so good.
yeah, the
Oh.
warmer it gets, the more the flavors open.
Yeah.
A
Kind of like
kinda
fruit.
yeah,
Kind of like fruit. Yeah, you put an orange in the fridge, it tastes okay, but you leave it out, it tastes
I wonder
way
if it's
better.
lower in carbs because sweet potatoes are low carb.
I don't know, man. I hope so, because you know what? I couldn't drink more than one because
Yeah.
it's so rich.
Yeah.
But man, the alcohol content on it,
It's pretty high.
It's-
What was it?
it started a fight in a bar. High, yeah. If you could stay awake long enough, it's pretty high.
Yeah.
But it was good.
Let's see. And Mike Jacobs says, thanks for the sale. I picked up the slow pack tonight. I can't wait to try it out with my new guitar.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah. Oh, by the way, thank you very much. By the way, on the slow pack, let me just say this. So I tailored some of them. So basically, I adjusted the definition on some of them, and some of them I left them as is with no overdrive on them because I figured, well, maybe people want to do that themselves. So there are some in there like that. So if you see any with no overdrive on them, check the definition and adjust that to around between 7 and 10. And then you can add the overdrive if you want. I kind of left them there for you guys to just mess with. But if you prefer me to just do it for you on all of them, I'm happy to do that too. But I profiled the living daylights out of that amp though, because I knew it was like, well, I'm sending this to Jeff and I'm never going to have an opportunity to profile one of these again. So there's so many profiles in there. I got to the point where I was like, well, there's plenty of them in here that I've dialed in. The rest of them I'll leave up to you guys if you want, or maybe later I'll update the pack with them dialed in. So, but there's plenty in there for you.
My Aunt Debbie says Arizona has dust storms called haboob.
Haboob?
It's Haboob.
Well, that's what it is.
I've never heard of that.
It's better than Habib. That's what they're called over in India. Habib.
Oh my gosh.
Interesting.
Stephen Evanchek is here. He
Hey.
says, Boots, there it is. He was running late because he was listening to their songs on the radio station.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He had their songs put out on the radio like last night and tonight. So congrats on that, dude.
And thank you, Marty Five. All right, Marty Five.
Marty Voss.
He says, hit the like, people. That really helps out.
Oh.
It does. You can hit the X on the live chat. Go hit the like button and then get back into the live chat. And it really does. It helps the algorithms.
Yes.
And
We appreciate that
YouTube
very
is
much.
like, hey, what are all these likes happening right now? Maybe we'll promote this or
Yeah, and you have to listen to Marty Voss because he's a billionaire
something.
entrepreneur who owns Voss Water. So
Yes.
Yes.
All right, here we go. What are you going to do for us? Did you ever say how you liked orange amps, by the way?
Oh,
Did
yeah,
we
let me get back to that. Okay, so I've only played one orange amp, and I don't even remember which one it was because it was several years ago, but it kind of reminded me a little bit of a Mesa. So they are fat. They have a very fat sound.
Yeah.
So if
you
it
have
was
a friend that plays, right? Orange amps. What's his...
Well, Jeff did for a while, but...
No, he was in a local band. And the other dude, his bass player, has a skateboard thing.
Yeah,
with his... Oh, I'm sorry.
You had to... Yeah, I would know it any other time. Jim Doyle.
There you go.
Gosh, I'm
Jim
so
Doyle
sorry, Jim.
plays orange.
Yeah, I know Jim.
I know things.
Yeah. Yeah, he plays orange, and those amps are crazy. I would always slam it with an overdrive because I slam everything with an overdrive. But other than that, yeah, I'm sure it'll be a great amp for you. You know, I mean, The main thing is, just like beer, just like anything else, if you like how it tastes, if you like how it sounds, and you're enjoying yourself while you're experiencing whatever it is that you are, then absolutely go for it. I mean, you're the one that matters. Your opinion matters more than anybody else's because you're the one that's playing it. But it is nice to get a second opinion sometimes, and see what people like. Maybe I should have an orange on the show. Maybe I should get one.
Maybe you could have your friend bring it over.
Yeah, maybe I could. Or maybe I could go to Motor City Guitar and
borrow one.
And see if they have them there. If they have some at Motor City, I'm sure I'll walk out with one and try it out. Absolutely.
Jason Taylor says, oranges are fat, but I've always found them to be too dark for my taste.
Yep. Everybody's got their taste. Yep. It's been a while, so I don't remember. I really don't.
We got a super chat.
Oh.
Dean Harkness.
Thank you.
He says, what song made you love heavy music? I'd love to hear from everyone here. For me, it was 1980 something, and the song was Born to Be Wild. Yeah, mine was, it was Poison. And what is his name now? Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper, yeah.
Alice Cooper, Poison.
The first song that I heard that I thought was the heaviest song I ever heard in my life was Rock You Like a Hurricane by the Scorpions.
I love the Scorpions. Yeah. I really love the Scorpions.
See, back when I was a kid, you if you didn't have the tape, you had to wait for the radio station to play it. So I was at a buddy's house, and I remember the day before I spent the night at his house, I heard this on the radio in my room, and I'm like, what is that? And that was back with DJs. Back then they didn't say each song what it was called.
Yeah.
So I was at my buddy's house the next day, and I was like, we were outside, and I still remember this. We were just outside, doing what kids do, probably throwing the ball back and forth, whatever. And I would not walk away from that radio because I wanted to hear the DJ play it again so I could hear it. And he finally played it. I was like, dude, no, we have to stop. And we went and sat. I still remember he sat in the dirt in his backyard and listened to his boombox, and I'm like, this is that song, and it's the heaviest song I ever heard. And I fell in love with big, heavy guitar right there. I was like, oh my God, and I grew up in a pastor's home, so I couldn't watch MTV.
Life, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I had to go get the tape because I was like, this is amazing. And honestly, that was one of the best albums Scorpions ever did. Love It First Sting. It was awesome.
You Big Dummies. You Big Dummy is his name. He says, some of the strongest guitar intros, period, for the Scorpions.
Oh, yeah, man. Yes. Big City Nights, Rock You Like a Hurricane, The Zoo. I mean, oh, geez. I mean, you name it, man. They had some great stuff. You know what? I'm going to listen to Scorpions tonight after the show.
Yes, we are.
Yep, we're going to fire up Love It First Sting, and we're going to listen to the whole thing, because, man, that album's amazing.
Daryl McMillan says, I saw the Scorpions twice in the 80s, and they were amazing.
Oh, they're such a great band.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't grow up in a pastor's home, but might as well have been. My parents, again, wouldn't let me listen to rock, and I remember I had a little radio on the floor in my bedroom, and I laid on the floor, and I put my ear right up to it.
It's like, just to get a taste.
The volume was just enough so that my ear up against it.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's poison through my veins.
The stuff we went through, man. It was crazy. I literally sat around all day waiting for them to play some of my favorite songs. And whenever they did, you know what I hated is when the DJ talked over the whole intro.
Yes!
Shut up! You're talking over the best part!
I'm trying to record this, man.
I called when here's how bad I got once. I literally called the radio station once.
Did you tell them to shut up?
Yes, I called the radio station, and he's like, blah, 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 101, whatever station it was at the time. And I was like 16 years old. I'm like, can you please stop talking over the intros of songs? He's like, I don't talk over the intros. I'm like, yeah, you do. Stop it. I freaking hung up on him. And then he actually, he got so mad that the next song he played on the radio, they did a commercial break, and he came back, and he talked over the whole intro of the song. And he was like, okay, so this next one, meanwhile, the song's playing, and he's like, and thanks for listening to blah, blah, blah radio station where we do not talk over the intros of all of our songs. I was like, oh, you prick. So mad.
That's hilarious.
That's how mad I was, though. I called the station and and complained.
Let me go through a couple of these because that was a really fun question, and it was a fun bunny trail to go down.
Yeah, it was.
Scott Fulmer says Crazy Train for him.
Oh, yeah. That was another one. Yep.
Let's see. You Big Dummy ought to be great with the bright guitar. Oh, I think this was...
That's a great name.
Yeah.
You Big Dummy.
Big Dummy. Yep. Let's see.
He probably has that name for, like, Call of Duty, too. You've been killed by You Big Dummy.
Big Dummy. I'm trying to see the other songs. They're talking to each other. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, Brent Nelson, my heavy song was Working Man by Rush.
Ooh, that's also another good one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mule Blues, Black Sabbath.
Yep. That's some sludgy, freaking doomy stuff back then, man. Oh, my God.
You Big Dummies. I love saying that.
I know, because you say that a lot.
To you.
To me. She does.
Dummy.
She really does.
Let's see where to go. He says that's guitar lover stuff. The guitars are so huge in the Scorpion mixes. They are. They're so big. And I think it's Matthias or whatever his name is. Whatever his weird Russian name, but or German, whatever they are. But he was one of my favorite guitar players growing up. I mean, I loved everything he did. And they did a cover of Can't Explain. And that was some of the best guitar work I've ever heard in my life. It really was. I instantly fell in love with that song just because of the intro of that song. When he started coming in there and playing, I was like, oh my God, this guy's amazing. Let's see. Dean Harkness says Rock You Like a Hurricane was the very first song he learned. Yes.
Oh, man.
I don't blame you. It's a great song.
It's just so fun to play. Like, you can almost kill people with that song. You play that riff.
Do it. Play it.
I can't because I'll get demonetized.
No, but just for me.
Oh, I already know it.
Look,
I don't play, like, songs very much, like covers and stuff.
No, he doesn't. It's like pulling a tooth just to get him to do something.
Yeah,
anyway.
It's just not something I do, but yeah, it's fun.
My Aunt Debbie says she wore headphones. Her parents had no clue, so they had no clue what she was listening to.
Yeah,
they wouldn't let me have them.
Yeah, because they knew. They knew you was a bad girl.
Brent Nelson, China White by the
Oh,
Scorpions.
China White,
yes.
Yeah. Dude, they had so many good songs. Blackout, I mean, you name it. All the early stuff, it was all good, man. Yeah, but I still think my favorite album was Love at First Sting.
Yeah.
It was just so good. Every song on there was amazing.
Mike Jacobs likes Witch Hunt by Rush.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, Rush was my aunt's first concert.
Wow. Yeah, Witch Hunt. I love that song.
Scored some more points there. Let's see. Gabriel Sanchez, Symphony of Destruction.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, pack demos from Marty 5. Give us some tones on the Purple Monster.
All right.
They're tired of all this jibber-jabber.
So here is the KSR update, which I did with the 421 and the SM57 mic combination. And I compared them to the other ones that I did earlier in the pack, and I think they're both very good depending on your taste, but they both represent the amp very well. And that combination, to me, is my preferred combination. Let me just play a couple riffs for you, and so you can hear how these sound. I got some morph stuff going on with these, too. Isn't that nice? That delay.
So nice. So nice.
I love that so much. It's so much fun to like listen to. Okay, that was the KSR. Updated KSR. Yep,
Nice.
just a sexy little freaking profile there. Yeah, that's nice, man. You know, it's just thick. The KSR is a very fat amp. It's fat, it's juicy, it's sticky. It's got this stickiness to it, and the top end on it is very pleasant.
Yes.
It's got you can almost crank the top end almost all the way up. You can go pretty extreme without it like bothering your ears. And it's just a very fat amp, and it's probably it's definitely one of the best recorded amps out there. Like that amp, I think it was a supermodel in a past life, because it wants to be recorded, it wants to be filmed, it wants to be, recorded. And you slap a mic in front of a couple mics in front of the cab with that amp, and it just shines. It was almost like Kyle Rhodes made it in such a way where it was like, well, of course people are going to record this. Mm-hmm. Why not make it sound freaking killer when you throw mics in front of it? Because some amps, to be honest with you, some amps sound better in the room, and you slap a mic in front of them, they're terrible. They don't sound that good. They just lose all the fullness or whatever. But the KSR sounds perfect either way. It's a great amp. Honestly, that's why I bought it.
You big dumb.
Getting all my kids mixed up here. Johnny, Joey, Jimmy, But that's why I bought it, because I had to have it. It's just such a phenomenal amplifier, and I'll never get rid of it. I won't, because it's just that good. And I worked very hard on making sure, like when I profiled it, that when I switched back and forth between the profiles and the amp, that I literally couldn't tell. And here's the other thing, something that I say all the time. It feels great. Like when you play these profiles, they feel awesome. I feel like I'm playing the amp through the cab and the mics and all that. I can feel the bounciness, the give on the strings a little bit. It's just, it puts a smile on your face. You really do feel like you're playing an amp, and it doesn't feel sterile or thin or brittle or anything like that. Mm-hmm. It's just a great reaction. So,
Gabriel Sanchez said John Petrucci would be jealous, bro.
Oh, no. Well, I very much appreciate that compliment, and you are way too kind, sir, but thank you very much.
Got a super chat from Jason Taylor.
Oh, wow.
He says he can't wait to try out the updated KSR profiles.
Dude.
Thank you.
Dude, they sound good. Yeah, I sent him the updated pack, because he bought the other pack a while back there. Yeah, so if you're watching, my email's in the comments there, or not the comments, but the description. And if you're watching and you've bought the KSR pack from me in the past, feel free to email me and I will send you the updated pack. I'm gonna go through all the purchases and do that, but in case I miss somebody, I don't want to miss anybody.
Big Dummy says, so by that same token, would Orange record well?
I haven't mic'd an Orange yet. But he's asking because it's he's asking because it's a big fat.
Can you
juicy
imagine
amp.
Having like an orange?
It'd be crazy, wouldn't it? Yeah. But he's asking because it's a big fat juicy amp. I would assume that the Orange would record well. I'm willing to find out. That's for sure. Good question.
Let's see. You Big Dummy says getting dimed in with the bounciness with the strings on those rapid downstrokes is what I was just noticing as I played along with you. Oh, cool. I was playing along with you.
Oh, thank you. Who said that?
You Big Dummy.
Oh, you big... You big dummy, you big dummy.
Please comment more, because I'm having a ball saying your name. You big dummy.
She says that like 100 times when we get together.
She's stupid. That's what I call him. You're so stupid.
You're so stupid. You big dummy. She even has a shirt that says I'm with stupid. So
I'll wear it next week.
No, it's she will. But yeah, let me play this a little bit more. Let me just do a couple more riffs on it. Don't mind me.
You big dummy.
Hey, big dummy. I could do this all night. Like it's the thing is it's fun to play. It's fun to play,
Yeah.
and that's really what I go for on these profiles. Is I want something that kind of makes you ignore everyone else at the party because you're just having a good time all by yourself, and you're like, oh wait, we're live.
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of having fun here, and like they're just so reactive, you know, and that really goes for all of them. Like I feel the same way about the SLO profiles and the EVH. I mean, they're all just very chewy. I don't suck the life out of my profiles, so they sit good in a specific recording mix that an engineer is looking for a band that he's reamping for. You know, these are for players. These are for these. Your hands. Your hands are going to be so happy. So happy.
So happy.
They're even going to cop an accent. They're going to be like,
So.
thank you so much for getting the profiles. I'm enjoying them immensely. Thank you. Cheerio. No, your hands will be really happy with these. Trust me.
Let's see. I feel like I missed something here. Gravel Rock says our channel makes him smile.
Ah, thanks, man. Well, having you here makes us smile too. Everybody, you know, we really appreciate it. I say it all the time, but I'll say it again. We're always like so happy when we go live and we see all the familiar faces and the new ones and everybody here like enjoying the community and all that. I mean, it really does make us. It makes us happy too. It really does.
Speaking of new ones, Master 1545 is here. He says, what other cabs do you play through? I notice you play through a Mesa 2x12, and even though I have the same, I'm what other cabs you like or play. He just wants to know what other cabs you like or play through.
Oh, very good question and welcome. Thank you for being here and for your question. I'm kind of a loyalist, you know. I mean, I have a Harley Benton upstairs, and I bought that so I can have something upstairs to pair with my other Mesa 212 up there, so I can have that stereo sound. And I keep my main Mesa 212, the one that's really nice and broken. The speakers are really stretched out and really good down here. So yeah, I just kind of play through those two. I've played through 412s, and the thing that I don't care for, and this is just my personal, you know, opinion for what that's worth, I've found that the 412s can be kind of airy. They sound big, but they're not as punch in the gut. You know what I mean? They're kind of airy, and there's a lot of air moving around in there, and not enough of it for me anyways, coming at me. It's kind of circulating in the cab. Where the 212s, I find, in my opinion, again, are just the perfect blend of everything. They're full, fat, percussive, punchy, and they still sound very big, you know. And that's why I use them to profile with too, because all my profiles seem to have that kind of characteristic to them as well. They're just real punchy and full, and I like that a lot. So I mean, I'll probably end up sticking with the 212s, Mesas with the vintage 30s in them, because for me that just works, you know.
It just works.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's see. That was for Master 1545. Marty 5 says the Captor X will give you the opportunity to get any orange amp and cab mic sim direct. Then you can decide which combination you want in your living room.
Ah, yes, I love the Captor 8. That thing is one of the best investments I've ever made, because like it allows me to do direct profiles, and I love the twin track feature. Oh man, that thing, I think it's called the twin track or something like that. That's such a cool feature, which it basically just makes it sound like you're double tracking. And it just, especially in your in-ears, it sounds huge.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Yeah, it's a great product.
Let's see. Silly but honest comment from Scott Fulmer. You are both great communicators. Love your simple but direct explanations.
Well, thank you. We try to do that because the thing is there's times where I ask people questions and they'll give me this highbrow answer and I'm just like, I didn't understand any of that. Can you put that in human terms for me? I don't speak Martian.
Well, he has me sitting next to him, so
yeah.
he's gotta keep it simple.
Oh no.
Marty 5 says those tones. I got a good set of headphones and you rock.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Seriously, dude. Thank you very much. I mean, I seriously I appreciate that. I mean, that's something that really means a lot to me. Is when people say that because I do try to do that with the profiles, especially, and when I mic the amps. I mean, the thing is miking is an art. It's something that I've learned when I started this channel a while back, and I started miking cabs. I mean, you can't just take a mic and slap it up against a cab and go, well, it's mic now, start playing. I mean, there's way more to it than just that. I mean, you literally mic placement, and I'm talking 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. I mean, you capture the frequencies of those speakers in such a way that you're looking for things. You're like, okay, I want it to be fat, I want it to be full, but I don't want it to be harsh. So then that's why I use 2 mics. I use the 421 to capture that big booming sound, but not too much low end because now it's muddy. And then you move the 57 in conjunction with it, and they work together. And then you find that sweet spot. I mean, that's holy ground over there, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I mean, when we come down here, it's touching. Like no touchy. Like
no touchy. Yeah. Don't walk next to it. Don't sneeze.
Don't even look at it.
Yes.
You don't even think about it. Yeah, it's holy ground. So yeah, I appreciate that very much.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a second because Steve Ivanchik says, Carrie, shout that out. I would really appreciate it. Search for our new album on YouTube. Gravel 14 years.
Gravel 14 years. There you go.
Go look for his album.
Check them out. They got some pretty good music. He sent us the album. We listened to a bunch of the songs, and it's very unique. There's a touch of like a, how do you call it, hip hop in there. Like on the vocals, a little bit. Like there's like
he does have a really great vocalist.
Yeah, the vocalist is very good. So there's just a hint of that. There's like a and then there's just like the straightforward kind of rock kind of thing going on. There's a blend of like a little bit, maybe I should say urban. There's a hint of like an urbanness in there, along with some good rock and stuff like that. And it's just a great blend of all that stuff. So if you're into that, there's a good place to go to get it.
Let's see. For Ager, Ager. If you were to use digital plugins, what would you prefer?
If I was to use digital
plugins, what would you prefer?
Okay, so great question, and thank you for that. I would probably suggest the Neural DSP stuff, and I would say this, being somebody, I've never played any plugins. But I've always heard great things about the Neural DSP stuff, so I'm just going off of what I've heard. So I have to put that element of truth in there as well.
Cool. Jason, a super chat.
Oh,
yeah, and he also said that they like my hair. Said they dig the hair. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. His super chat comes with a request.
Uh-oh.
Arnold gets a Hawaiian pizza by accident. Does he hate Hawaiian pizza?
I don't know.
I know. We love Hawaiian pizza, though. I'd be like, yes! I accidentally got a Hawaiian pizza.
I'd totally rock a Hawaiian pizza.
It's my freaking day!
Okay, so Arnold gets a Hawaiian pizza by accident.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I gotta pretend I'm opening up a Hawaiian pizza here.
Yummy.
Okay, we have the pizza. Here we go. Oh my god, what is this garbage on here? The pineapple. There's a pineapple on here and the ham. I did not order that. I ordered the Supreme.
Maria wants it.
Don't even care, Maria. I'm not eating this. Let me call the place. Hey, pizza dummy. Yeah. You gave me Hawaiian. I did not order
You
this.
wanted the Eugene Supreme.
I wanted Eugene Supreme. It's very good. Why did you give me this garbage here? I'm going to come in and staple the pineapple to your forehead. I'm so sick and tired of this garbage pineapple. You deliver it now. You get in the chopper and you deliver my Supreme now. Do it now. Kill me now. I'm here. There you go.
Hey, Master 1545 had a follow-up question. How does the Harley Benton compare to the Mesa?
Great question. Okay, so I did a review of that, and I did a shootout of the two. And the reason why I did that was because Glenn Fricker did it, and so did Tone King. And when Glenn did it, I believe the results were... I'm trying to remember which guy would say sounded exactly the same, and which guy they didn't. But one of them, they sounded different. One of them, they sounded the same. So I ordered one, and I wanted to see for myself which one, if they sounded the same or not. In my living room, I could not tell the difference between them. 100% could not tell the difference. I brought it down here in more of a dead space, and then instantly I could tell the difference. The Harley Benton's a little darker, and I even mic'd them in the review that I did exactly the same spot on the speaker. Not the cabinet, but the speaker. So I want to make sure that I had the mic in the same spot on the speaker. And the Mesa's a little brighter. The Harley Benton's a little darker. But I think they both sound really good. I really do. I mean, I ended up selling it to a friend of mine, and then I was like, why did I sell that? So I ordered another one.
Stupid. You big dummy.
So I ordered another one. Exactly. I'm a big dummy. So I ordered another one, and I haven't plugged into it yet. It's been sitting in my living room for a month, and I still have yet to plug into it, but I will, and they are good cabs. So if you're looking for a budget cab that you can be proud to own, and it's not like a crappy piece of junk. I mean, honestly, when I bought it, I got it here for $200, you get 212 with two vintage 30 speakers in it, which the speakers are worth more than the cab. I thought I was going to uncrate it, and it was just going to tip over like an old shed. But this thing is built like a tank. Yes. It's built very well. It's very robust. The plywood, it's very thick. Wood that they used, it looks nice, and it does sound really good. And I bet once you break it in, it's probably going to sound even closer to the Mesa, because truth be told, my Mesas are broke in and the cab wasn't. Yeah. So I tried my best to break it in, but
You big dummy sent us super chat.
Oh, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Wow, it feels weird to say, thanks for the super chat, you big dummy. So disrespectful.
It's awesome, though. I love it.
Them guys treat their
viewers like crap.
Yeah.
Four-Acre says he lives in an apartment and he can't use amps and speakers. Could you suggest a good plug-in or digital software solution?
Yes. Okay, so I would suggest if you live in an apartment and you can't use speakers, I get that, because sometimes the apartment walls can be kind of thin. I would suggest again, I would go with the did he say digital solution or DSP?
Digital software solution. He says suggest a good plug-in digital software solution.
I would go with Neural. Everybody swears by the Neural DSP stuff. They really do. It's just phenomenal. Or I know that Line 6 has HELIX native, which you can download and put on your computer as well. And you got tons of amps and effects to choose from on there. So either one of those, I would try those out and see what you think. They might even have a trial version of it. So try the trial version of each one and see which one works best for you.
Yeah. There's so many comments tonight.
Oh,
I can't
awesome.
keep up. I know.
Oh, we got 44 people here. That's awesome. Yeah.
We have Kryptron with a K. Kryptron here. He says the Mesa straight cabs are much more focused. I have a straight traditional and oversized, and also had a 2x12, and 2x12s are brighter. The angled cabs definitely are airy and weird to me.
Okay. All right.
Steven Chick.
Yes.
Said thank you for the shout out.
Oh, of course, man. Of course. We are a supportive community here. Yeah, it really is about the cab too. Like you could have the best amp in the world and you plug it into a cab that doesn't sound good. I mean, we've all done it, right? We've all plugged into that cheap cab or that one with the I'm trying to remember the Sheffields. I plugged. Okay, so here's the thing. This is what I did. I had the when I did my first review of the Invective 120, I plugged it into a speaker cab because that's all they had at the time. Like, oh, here's a cab. I plug it in, and it had Sheffields in it. I was like, oh, yeah, I can't review it like that. So I actually plugged it in direct, and I used the direct out on the amp instead because the Sheffields just. No offense to people that own Sheffields. I apologize if that came off offensive, but for me, they just don't work. I'm a vintage 30 guy all day long because I just find that those speakers are just everything I look for in tone. So
Jason Taylor said Mesa's V30s are especially made for them in the UK. I believe so.
Yep.
They must be slightly different than the regular Celestians.
yeah, he's right. So the Celestians that come in the Harley Benton cab are Chinese made. I hear that after you break them in, they sound closer.
But you got to spend the time and do it.
Yeah, you got to spend the time to do it. Yep.
Jay Croft says, does Harley Benton make a vertical 2x12? I love my Mesa 2x12.
Yes, they do. Yep, they make a vertical and a horizontal. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And you know, it'd be cool, and I know that these are made. I would like to try a 3x12. That would be, that would be an interesting kind of combination.
Marty 5 says, also the Harley Benton cab with the Celestians in Europe is cheaper than the speakers only.
Yeah. It's crazy. It doesn't make sense. That's why I literally thought as soon as that thing showed up and I unboxed it, it was going to tip over like a shed because I was like, how can this thing be good? And I plugged into it and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. This thing actually sounds fantastic. I mean, especially for the price. So if you guys are like me, I like keeping my stuff pristine. I don't want a nick or a scratch or even a scuff on my speaker cabinets. I mean, the Mesa speaker cabinets are $800, And if I bring them to a show and they come back all scuffed up, I'm going to be pissed.
But
if
Kitty Witty gets up there, it's okay.
It's okay. Because he's Kitty Witty. He can get away with anything. That's my cat. He's a little dork. But so
he's a giant big dork. He's a freaking little Tasmanian devil.
He is. I love him though.
He's a cute, fluffy little kitty.
We should bring him down here sometimes for everybody.
Tear up the place.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And we'd have white fur all over it. It'd be a big white.
Well, he got shaved. He's got the lion cut.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It's growing back a little bit now.
Yeah, it is, but he's all right. But if you take the Harley Benton to a gig and it comes back scuffed up, I mean, yeah, it's kind of like, crap, but it's $200. I mean, you can easily get a new one for $200. I mean, it takes 6 weeks for them to ship it to you if you're in the States, but I mean, it's I think they're built really well, and honestly, it's like the winter beater. Everybody in Michigan, we got the winter beater car, and then you get your nice car for summer. You park it in the winter, and you take your winter beater out. It's a winter beater cab, and I don't mean that as a diss to the cab. It's amazing. It sounds great. But you won't mind if it gets beat up a little bit.
Yeah, Gravel Rock says he has the Harley Benton Vertical, and it's his favorite.
Yeah, it's a great cab. They really are good. Maybe I should do another. I've never gone live with it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going live with it.
I'll put it on the list.
Yeah, I'll go live with it one of these weeks, and we'll check it out together and see how it sounds.
Jay Croft says, shout out to Humbucker Music, a Mesa dealer in Georgia, and Jarrod can attest to the type of service they gave me.
Oh, yeah.
If you're looking for a Mesa dealer, they are a great option as well as Motor City.
They are. They're a good store.
Speaking of Motor City.
Yeah.
Did you want to give them a little shout out?
Oh, yeah. So there are links below. And one of them links is to Motor City Guitar, who is a local store here. They're a huge store. I mean, picture the biggest music store you've ever been to, and then Motor City is like bigger than that, most likely. I mean, the stuff they have there they got everything, and they got great staff, really good prices. And if it wasn't for Marty, the owner of Motor City Guitar, and his staff there, allowing me, we can go in there and I could say, hey, Marty, can I take that amp home and play it on the show this Wednesday? He'll be like, yeah, go ahead. I sign it out, I play it, and I bring it back a couple days later, and everybody's happy. And it allows me to give you guys content, shootouts. You can compare this amp to that one. You can check out this amp all by itself, whatever. Oh, you got to go get that?
Yes.
Yeah, go get it. Go get it, girl. So it allows me to do all that stuff for you guys. So it's really cool. So if you're looking for some good gear and you want to get it, support a really cool store, owned by a really great dude. Go to Motor City Guitar. The link's below. Go shopping. And if you use our affiliate link there, anything you buy there helps support the channel. And we appreciate that immensely because it basically tells Marty that, yeah, this is working. Me allowing you to take gear home so that we can get our name out there is working. People are clicking the link and buying stuff at the store. So it's a great symbiotic relationship for everybody because you support a local business that supports the channel and you get something out of it by getting a really awesome piece of gear delivered to your house by great people, and you get a good deal on it. And if you're outside the state of Michigan, you don't pay any sales tax. So that's really cool as well. So I'll take over the comments here while Carrie's getting something. The big dummy, you big dummy says, Nero DSP blows my mind. That Omega is perfectly dry and so quick. Yeah, I mean, I keep hearing great things about it. One of these days, I'm going to do some Nero stuff on the show. I just got to figure out a way to make it work for, the interface of my computer to you guys so I can play it from the chair here. So once I figure that out, I'll do it for sure. Let's see. Dean says it hurt my bank account's feelings, but I bought a Marshall 1960 AV with vintage 30s. I love that thing. It goes really well with the 5150 Stealth. Oh, awesome, dude. Oh, congratulations. That Stealth is amazing amp. It really is. Yeah, I love that thing. Marty V. Marty, a name you can trust. Of course, sir. Of course. No, that's great. Okay, so, all right, so here is, while Carrie's upstairs, here is the EVH Stealth profile. Let me play a couple riffs on that for you. Yeah, not too shabby on that, man. Let's see here. Rhythm. Just trying to find. Okay, here we go. Let me try that again. I was on a different one of my profiles, which also sounded really good. I'll have to come back to that and see what that one was. This is the EVH. Sorry about that. I was on the wrong patch. Yeah, so that's that one. And those turned out really good. That's the blue channel. So I profiled the green, the blue, and the red channels of the 100 watt and the 50 watt. And I'm real happy with the way those came out. I mean, they're just freaking mean as hell. And in my opinion, the Stealth is the best amp that EVH has ever done in the history of all their amps. All of them are great. They all have their goods and their bads, but I think the Stealth is like, they went back and they did their homework and they literally were like, okay, let's take the best of all of these and put it in one amp. And they literally did it with that. The red channel on that amp is a fire-breathing beast, and I love it. And the blue is tight, it's percussive, it just sounds fantastic. And, I mean, it's a glorious looking amp. I mean, it's just beautiful. Isn't that thing nice?
Mm-hmm.
And I put the lights in it. I should use it as a nightlight tonight. Just put it right next to the nightstand and just go to sleep. And it'd probably scare me.
You probably would.
I'd probably have nightmares.
Wake
but
up
it would
and
be.
think you're in hell.
Yeah.
With the red lights, anyway.
It'd be worth it, man.
That's funny. When you were talking about Motor City guitar,
Guitar.
yeah, it reminded me that you started making good on our deal.
Oh, I did I?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got me a new pair of shoes. They're like sandal boots almost. They're Sorels.
Bring them up to the.
So, they're
so guys, get your wives and hide them. Don't let them see. Because they're going to want them.
Oh, I'm connected.
Yeah, you're connected.
And I hate it because I hate sitting on it. But here you go. Those shiny on the heel.
Yeah, pretty nice, huh?
Very nice. They're not slippery. They have good treads on the bottom.
Yeah.
So guitars and shoes.
Yep, and she's got
and
those.
The black ones.
I got her those too.
I got some compliments on those.
Those are actually pretty cool.
These are.
I like those.
These are super cool.
Yeah, and speaking of which, here's the little surprise I was wanting to show these guys.
Surprise.
Bam! Guess what the gear store's bringing me on Wednesday?
I get more shoes.
That's all she cares about.
Yes! More shoes!
This is how you do it, guys. Hey, guess what I got? So, I get shoes. You know what I mean? So...
Winter's coming. Fall and winter. I have them picked out.
But check this bitch out, man. This here is going to be a nasty, nasty, nasty amplifier. This is the Engel Savage 120. The new one.
Mm-hmm.
It's got 4 channels, and I've been watching videos of it, and these amps are just...
You gotta start selling some profiles.
I know. Well, I'm hoping to sell a bunch of profiles of this, because this amp here is a very highly sought after amp, and it took me a lot to find one. So they're very hard to find, and they're very, very... Yeah, they don't see a lot of these in the wild. And so this has 4 channels. It has 1 clean and 3 dirty channels, and each dirty channel has its own gain structure. Yeah, the channel 4 is just a maniac channel. It's just got tons of gain and stuff in it. And all the demos I saw of it were great. They're by trusted players that I really like. Ola England demoed it, and it sounded great. And the Guitar Bros demoed it. That guy's an amazing player. And a couple other guys, John Brown, I follow him. He did a demo of it. So I'm going to have this here, and I'm going to do an unboxing as long as it gets here on Wednesday night. I'm going to do an unboxing of it Wednesday night for you guys. And on the following week, we are going full Engel.
All right.
I've been looking for...
On that week that we're going full Engel, Jay says that the Engel equals 3 pair of shoes.
Oh, hell no. Not unless you're pitching in, Jay. Yeah. Not unless you're pitching in.
Let's see.
Unfriend.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
all right, now.
6.
Yeah, we ain't counting.
So I got 4 coming.
No, listen here. So anyways, back to what really matters. So the look at you. So the what was I gonna say? The following week I'm gonna do a full blown live stream with the Engel Savage 120. And profiles will definitely be available soon of
HELIX
that.
Cabana Boy's here.
Oh, what's up, Darren?
We don't see him very often anymore.
Yeah, it's good to see you here, buddy.
Hey there, man.
Miss you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Well, he's on the other side of the world. You know,
Yes,
it's a
he
weird
is.
time zone there. It's morning where he's at right now. He's probably getting ready for work or helping his kid out with school or something, something going on over there. Good to see you, man. Thank you for being here.
Dean Harkness says, will Motor City let you in? I'm assuming they're in Detroit. My sister-in-law lives there, so I'll be up there soon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can go in the store there. Yep.
Yep.
You got to wear a mask, but yeah, you can definitely go in there. Yeah, dude, this is who?
Dean Harkness.
Oh, dude, when you come up here, hit me up.
Yeah?
I'd like to meet you. We'll get a beer. absolutely. Hit me up, dude. Let me know. My email is in the description. So send me an email. Let me know when you're going to be here, and I'd love to meet you. So we'll go get a beer somewhere and hang out. So feel free to do that. So what was I going to say? Oh, so why did I get this amp? Well, here's why I got it. I have a lot of normal sounding amps here. I mean, I got the EVH is very normal sounding. It's like it's something that all of us are familiar with. There's a family of tones that it's in that's it's like it's something that's familiar, right? So the KSR is kind of like that as well. I mean, and they're all unique, okay, but they all have their own thing going on, but they're still in the family of tones that's kind of familiar,
Yeah.
you know, like the American kind of like gain voicing kind of sound, you know. Same thing with the obviously the boogie. I mean, we're all familiar with that. We're familiar with the PRS Archon, you know, with the MT-15 as well. Now, the Victory Kraken definitely has its own thing going on. Again, all of these do, but there's a familiarity with a lot of these. The Kraken is probably the most different sounding out of all these amps that I have. And I was thinking, you know, I want to round off my collection because I'm doing the profiles and I'm doing stuff on the show, and I wanted to round off my collection. And I wanted to get something rather unique, you know, instead of just something like in the same American kind of family of tones. So I was like, I've always wanted an Engel. I think Engels are great amps. I've had them down here before. But you guys know me with the options thing, and the Savage is the most ridiculous amp that they make. And I was like, I looked it up, and I was like, oh, they got a Mark II out. Well, sheesh.
Well, sheesh.
Well, sheesh.
Well, sheesh,
you know,
guys.
And wait till you guys hear this thing, and wait till you see the features that this thing has.
Jay says Jarrod got this amp because he has an addiction.
I do have an addiction. Yeah. Yep. I have an addiction to shoes.
Yes. Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, it's going to round off my amp collection with something very unique, quirky, and different. So, that's why I got it.
I'm going to have to pick out some very unique, quirky, and different.
Yeah.
And I might go for boots this time because
Yeah,
fall and winter.
Yeah.
Somebody was saying, what the hell kind of boots are those?
You should get some moon boots. Remember those?
Yes. Yeah.
Those are unique. The ones with the silver bottoms and all that.
Sorel actually makes a pair
they?
of silver, and they have that sheep. What do you call that sheep's wool stuff?
Oh, really?
I forget what it's called.
Oh,
yep.
Wool.
Well, there's a little name for it. I can't. It looks like sheep wool anyway.
Ah. We'll figure that out.
And they're silver.
We will figure it out. You know, you came down, I was about to do a mix for these guys. With,
all right, just do it.
Yeah.
I know, I don't even know where we are in the comments, so I'm just going to start at the bottom. If you had a question for Jarrod while I was gone, please resend it.
Yeah, and then tag Tone Wars so we can
tag Tone Wars.
miss it.
Absolutely.
So let me do this too. Let me do Time Flies with, this is the EVH Stealth profile from the profile pack. These are two of the tailored ones. One is for rhythm, one's for lead. Hopefully I played this song right. I haven't played this one in a while, so let's see what we got. You can tell I haven't played this in a while. I forgot when to start. Here we go. I know. I gotta finish it.
Why?
I will. I keep saying I will.
Stop buying amps and finish your song.
I will. Yeah. It's done. I just got to get good at playing the parts. Otherwise, because you guys all know there's a difference between practice ready and performance ready.
We all found that out on my Evanescence tune.
Yes, we did. I was practice ready, but not performance ready, and I completely pooped the bed on that song. It was bad. Yeah, that was a total pooch screw.
It's fun though.
Yeah.
Mike Jacobs, super chat. Thank you so much. He said, "Thanks, guys. Great show, and have a great week."
Thank you so much, Mike.
Yeah.
Very much appreciate it. Thank you.
Is there anything else that we had that we were going to do? It's 9:00. And...
Oh, well, let's do. Let's look at the thumbnail again.
Yeah.
Make sure I covered everything. Okay, so viewer comments. Next shootout. Okay, so let me just do this real quick before we wrap up. The next shootout is possibly going to be the how far EVH has gone, evolved over the years since the first block letter was released. Now there's a guy locally that says he has one, and I just got to see if I can make it happen where I can come get it and just do a comparison between the two. Now it won't be necessarily a shootout like, oh, this is better than that, blah blah blah. It's more of a respectful comparison as to, here's the granddaddy that gave birth to all the other ones. And here's the latest one, which I feel is the best one, which is the Stealth. And we're going to just see tonally how they compare. And I have mad respect for the 5150. I had a 90s version, and I loved it. So, in fact, the first band we were in together, that's what I played.
Yeah.
I want to just give mad respect to the amp, because once again, without that amp, we wouldn't have a lot of amps. There'd be a lot of albums that didn't sound as good as they do now because of that amp sounding so amazing. So I just want to do a comparison between the two. Now, if I can't make that happen, I will shoot out two of my other amps. I'll probably put the KSR up against something. Wouldn't that be a fun night? Like KSR against whatever. And it'll be, again, I always try to do them respectfully because I love all these amps, and I just want to give you a comparison so that you can make a decision that works best for you. I'll answer questions. I'll do all kinds of different comparisons on gain levels and, just tonal type things, feel, sound, everything, mixes, the whole 9 yards, features. And then at the end of Wednesday's episode, I'm going to get the Behemoth Engel down here, and I'm gonna unbox it, and we're gonna all check it out.
Unbox my boots when they come in the fall.
Yeah, you can do that
live.
Yeah, like the guys want to see that. Ooh,
you want to see that?
Boots. Give me a break. We'll see. So that's the next shootout. It'll either be the 5150 block letter all the way up to the Stealth comparison, or I'll put the KSR up against something. So we'll see. I was hoping to have an answer back from this guy before I announce it tonight, but I gotta wait to hear back from him. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So.
ST says the block logo is like trying to tame a tank. Tame a tank.
That amp is just gnarly. It's a very, very ridiculous amplifier.
Helix Cabana Boy is upset as well. There's no ending to your song. He says, I'll try again next year. I'm with you, man.
I will have it done. It's pretty much kind of done, but I got to get better at it, or else I'm gonna. Because now everybody's waiting, and if I screw it up, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh,
do it.
Thanks for making
it. Do it.
I will do it soon.
That's funny.
I will do it soon, and I'm sorry. It will be soon.
Well, we've had a great night with you guys tonight.
Yeah.
We went down some bunny trails, but they were fun bunny trails.
Yeah, they were. They were. So, thanks guys. Thank you so very much for being here, and for hanging out with us the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really appreciate it very much. And seriously, without you, we don't have a channel. And it's because of you guys that we look forward to Sundays and Wednesdays to hang out with you guys. It really is, So If you haven't subscribed, please do. We
Please.
would appreciate that. And again, the profiles packs are on sale till midnight tonight. And I'm not trying to push anything on you, but I'm just saying if you want to save some money and check out some of my work,
Go to tonewars.com.
yeah, it's a great time to do it. And I'd appreciate any feedback, good or bad, doesn't matter. I'm always trying to improve for you guys. So, and well, great. Again, thank you so much. Every day's a gift. And we are very appreciative that you spent part of yours with us. There's so many other places you could have, went tonight,
Yep.
and we're so glad that you stopped by here. So, God bless you guys, and we will be back on Wednesday, and we're going to check
night.
out that freaking Engel Savage. It's going to be amazing. So, we will see you all soon. Thanks again, guys.